excellent conditions in Sydney. This stadium, Parramatta Stadium, is an absolute picture. What a credit to the curator, and excellent conditions out there in the centre.
So Lewis will kick it off. It'll carry back into the in-goal area, but Cronulla going to run it out. And the first tackle of the match is going to be effected by Gary French coming in over the top. Of the men they put down, of course, was Dan Stones. About 20 metres out from the Broncos line.
Tony Curry with a habit there of trying to set up his wingers, and that time came unstuck. Brisbane inside the 5 metres. Perfect start for the Cronulla Sharks. And Nick Stone coming right across in front of the post. Wally Lewis stands his ground. It won't do you any good though, Wally.
He's back onto his mark right now is Alan Wilson. Only a couple of minutes of play gone here in this elimination match tonight. There's the kick, straight through the centre. So we see Cronulla open up the scoring here. They lead by 2 points to 0. 4 minutes gone of the match so far. And Cronulla with a big fella Lee on his way through again, looking around for support. Which way is he going? Picken rather. Picken is put to the ground right on that quarter line. Good run there by the big front rower. Dummy half is Bishop. They work the blind side, players to Byrne. Miller gets it outside to McGaw. McGaw gets it out further than to Staines. He's going to be wrapped up. From the play, the ball. Brett Plowman down into it at the moment. Madison ends up with it, but a penalty to Cronulla.
And a correct decision, Madison there, just a bit unfortunate. It come off the boot of a Bronco player. Nick Stone obviously deciding that a Bronco player had actually played at the ball. Let's have a look at it. There's the kick out. It was Gary French. And there, Terry Madison in an offside position. And Cronulla now with another great opportunity here for Alan Wilson to put another 2 points on.
So he's on his way in now. He's Wilson. He's put it through. Another 2 points on the board. Cronulla's lead is 4 points to 0. Getting right in underneath is Eddinghausen, but back inside. This is Lewis. They keep it going with Madison, a big long one. Knocked down by Enapelli.
Offside. Cronulla up inside the 5 metres after Plowman had made that good run down the right-hand side. At no stage was Cronulla back to 5 metres.
Tony Durkin down on the touchline. Plowman stretched out in front of you on that occasion. Did he handle it all right, do you think?
Yeah, well, the report from the Broncos bench is that Plowman has aggravated that previous knee injury, Bill, but they're going to give him some time to warm up. I think he may have done just that.
Meanwhile, Greg Konescu was the player who was also receiving attention as Madison moves in for the shot at goal. Madison is successful, and so it's Cronulla leading by 4 points to 2.
Trying to work his way through away from the dummy half position. Gary French, long pass for Lewis. Lewis decides to run the football. Lewis into open space. Lewis got the pass away. Jackson to Hancock, and Hancock's in for a magnificent Broncos try. And the Broncos in the lead for the first time in the match.
Well, Wally Lewis is dangerous whenever he decides to run, and in a match like this, he's going to have to do it. Beautiful pass. Gary French out of the dummy half position. Lewis wide out there from the base of the ruck. No chance the big front rower, Danny Lee, getting to him. And the pass then to Peter Jackson. Over the top to Hancock. He juggles. Had to wait for a moment to get to the ball. Took it cleanly, though. Jonathan Dockey too late on the scene. Let's have a look at it again. Good long pass, Gary French. Gave the opportunity for Lewis to get a quick ball and make sure the openings were there. Danny Lee was made to look pedestrian. Jackson pops it over the top. There it was to Michael Hancock. Had to pause for a moment to accept the pass. And a good Broncos try.
Okay, let's have a look at the head-on now. There's Lewis through the gap and away beautifully. He's got support on either side, but he decides to let it go out there to Jackson. Jackson then away to Hancock. Hancock had to jump up a little bit, but raced away to put it down. He cut back inside when he saw Docking appear on the scene.
There's the kick. He's got it into the air nicely. It's hit the uprights and bounced over. The Broncos 8, Cronulla 4.
Gene Miles trying to pull him into touch. Dummy half to Bishop. Then away to Miller, to Speechley. Speechley gets it on to McGaw, breaks out of a couple of tackles over the quarter line, knocked over, got it to Eddinghausen, to Wilson, and Wilson into the corner. Cronulla score the try that levels it up at 8 points all.
Brilliant try by Cronulla. Mark McGaw was the one who really charged onto the ball. It was finished off by Alan Wilson, the man for all seasons. Normally plays in the forward pack. Been picked on the wing tonight to play for his kicking ability. Bishop out through Miller, moved the ball quickly. Speechley pops it up. Look at the charge from McGaw, straight through Gary French. Onto the ball beautifully, finds it up to Eddinghausen. Quick hand straight out to Alan Wilson. And although Hancock got to him, he didn't have the strength to stop Alan Wilson going across in the corner. From ground level, we'll see it like this. Good quick hands, change the point of attack through Speechley. There's McGaw, the power straight through. Jackson wasn't there in position either. Tony Curry got there. Ettinghausen quick hands out to Alan Wilson. The hand ready to hold off Michael Hancock.
Record is perfect at this stage. Here he is on his way in, nice and high. How's the direction? No good, waved away. It's dead set level, 8 points all.
And now the Brisbane defence under all sorts of pressure. Danny Lee, it goes to Miller. Long pass for Porter. Got inside the defence of Madison, but Madison came again. It's still alive. Ettinghausen plays the ball. Good ball movement, Miller. Miller's in. Gavin Miller, his first try of 1989, but he couldn't have scored a more important one. It's put Cronulla back in the lead.
We talk about the unexpected. Wally Lewis running. Well, this man did his bit of running. Unexpected because, as David Fordham said, he has not scored a try all year. Cronulla's attack has been outstanding. They're keeping the ball alive. Ettinghausen sprints in, puts Brisbane back onto the back foot again. A quick play the ball. Gavin Miller in good position. Brisbane held off expecting the pass. Miller decides to run. Sam Bacco can't make the tackle or the change of direction. And Gavin Miller in under the sticks.
Let's have another look again. There he goes, straight through, brushed away from a couple and right underneath.
He won't up go the flags. It's 14-8 and the Sharks in the lead.
So now we see the final tackle coming up with Kinescu as dummy half to Langer. Langer with a little chip kick, he's out after it. He regathers, sends it away this time to Jackson. Jackson around the corner to Leman. Leman gets it back to Lewis. Lewis in for the try, and Alan Langer started it going, and the Broncos are back in business.
Alfie Hugh Junius, he's been on there for a couple of minutes. He's set the play going on the left-hand side, and now a couple of minutes later on the right, the chip kick over the top, the regather. He might have been out for 2 months. He hasn't lost the brilliance. Found Peter Jackson. At a moment, it looked like it could die here. Brett Leman had to juggle, and then he looked to Chris Johns, couldn't offload it immediately. Lewis on the spot, Brisbane back into the game, and put it down to Alan Langer. Here it is again from ground level. Beautiful chip kick. When you kick just underneath the ball, the chances are it'll pop up for you. The handwork as well from Langer. Jackson on the spot. Hands at one hand back on the inside. Juggled by Brett Leman. He had presence of mind to wait for the support and found Wally Lewis for his first try for tonight, and certainly played a big part in the earlier try to Michael Hancock.
Well, I think the Macquarie Bank replay showed it all, and as you say, Brett Leman didn't panic, and he had men on the left-hand side, but he waited and did look everywhere and found Wally Lewis coming through. So there's the little fellow, Alan Langer.
There's 2 things that are going to come out of it tonight, Bill. That Wayne Bennett is going to be hailed as a hero if Langer can spark a second half comeback. If Brisbane happened to falter in this second half, it'll be questioned why wasn't Alan Langer on there in the first 40 minutes.
Here's Gary French's kick at goal. It is there. It's there. And so it's 14 points all here at Parramatta Stadium.
And finally, Bacco comes into the ball and all. Hitting the advantage line this time is Picken, and did very well to take it to about 35 metres out from the Broncos try line. It's Porter a dummy half for Miller. Beautiful pass, Miller. He's put Bishop in the clear. He beat Langer's tackle. Speechley and Cronulla come back with the immediate reply. Michael Speechley, a superb try, his third for the season. But you'll see in the Medway replay that it was Gavin Miller who set it all up.
Yeah, watch the beautiful pass from Miller. Had a couple of runners to pick from. Semblance there of a Shepherd, as Bishop certainly was covered by Speechley, who was supporting. Gary French couldn't get to him. And there's Michael Hancock just getting to the man right at the last. Let's have a look at it. There's Gary French, can't get to Bishop, but when you're trying to support, you don't have to get out of the road. Speechley in still good position to back up, and there, just at the last minute, Michael Hancock tackles, all too late, and it's a fine try.
Let's have a look at the end on, and you'll see there's Gary French trying to come in there, but Speechley was in between he and Bishop, and eventually Speechley's the man who ended up with the ball and run away for the try, even though Michael Hancock appeared on the scene right at the death, enough momentum to see him through.
Third try for the Sharks. It's put them in the lead, 18-14. No doubt, over the black dot, it's the Sharks over the Broncos by 20 points to 14. It goes to Bishop, the long pass to Speechley. He threw the dummy through. Oh, so easy. Speechley, support, Ettinghausen, try.
Brilliant stuff from Michael Speechley. Gary French couldn't handle the tackle. The step from Speechley. Eddinghausen juggled. He scored 5 tries last week, and it's with pace like this. Bishop fires the long ball out. Speechley, renowned for his defence, also slipped through the tackle of Gary French. Got to the fullback and Duffy. Duffy does a pretty fair job here to get a hand on him. The ball up to Eddinghausen. He juggled, dragged the ball forward, but well done from Cronulla. Here's the quick hands out wide. Something Brisbane haven't been able to do is get the ball out wide and also create opportunities. Speechley through, tries to step. Duffy gets a hand on him. Back up from Eddinghausen. Brilliant hands. And he's over for Cronulla's. Another fine try for Cronulla, the second in the second half.
Well, Speechley's done the job in defence, and now he's really turned a bit of attack in here. Look at him step through. There's the pass. Eddinghausen, Johnny on the spot, and Cronulla in for another one. Open up a 10-point break. It will be very hard to run down from there.
Surely that try could well sound the death knell for the Brisbane Broncos in their campaign in 1989. They lead by 10 with the kick to come and just over 22.5 minutes of play remaining. 4 from 6. Wilson, can he make it 5 from 7? He's done it. It's 26 points to 14.
Bishop gets it away to Speechley. Outside of Docking into the back line. Docking straight ahead. He's out of the first couple. He got it back inside to Bishop. Bishop all around. Out to David Hatch, and Hatch in for the try.
Cronulla rubbing it in. There was a semblance of a forward pass involved in that. Jonathan Docking, who came into the back line, made the extra man. And with the 5 metres at the base of the scrum, plenty of opportunities to move the ball wide. Cronulla stood deep all night to give those chances. Look at Docking, one of the smallest guys on the field, able to stand in tackles, to pass up to Bishop, and Bishop to step back to try and look for support, and he finds that support, David Hatch, and he storms onto the ball, does Hatch, the captain of Cronulla. From ground level like this, the pass quickly out. Jonathan Docking is at a blinder. Look at this, the smallest man on the field, shrugging through some pathetic attempts at tackle, and there's Bishop on the backup. He realised he can't go any further, but he's got a player who can, and that's David Hatch. Storms across, 3 tries in a row by Cronulla, and they've wrapped it up.
Well, look at the strength of this little man, Jonathan Docking, and David Hatch would have a grin from ear to ear. He's been with the Sharks since 1978, the captain of the year, the Dally M captain of the year last year and in 1985. One of the unsung heroes, Billy's first try of the year, and it's the one that's clinched the semi-final spot for the Cronulla Sharks, their 6th appearance in the semi-final.
It's on its way, 32 to 14. Cronulla lead here at Parramatta Stadium.
And he and Magore have absolutely been outstanding out wide, but I think the credit has got to go, David, to this tremendous forward pack of Cronulla. They're virtually unheard of, with the exception of players like Gavin Miller. There's some unsung heroes out there. David Hatch and the Danny Lees. Then look at Miller again. Open them up. Gave it away. The pass over the top. Magore
Hold it back.
goes back in for a try. No try. Forward pass. It deserved one. It was brilliant play again by Gavin Miller. The Medway replay will show how he just opened Brisbane up out wide once again.
A little dummy on the inside confused Brisbane. Have a look at this. There's the dummy runner. Then back on the outside. Wally Lewis couldn't get back to him. Gavin Miller elected the outside player here in Wilson. He could have looked on the inside. Docking was there as he's been all night. The pass out to Magore looked to be okay.
A campaign that promised so much early in the season. And then, of course, they faltered. Here's Docking. Superb play. Davidson goes in. The Shark attack tells the story. And the 6th try by the Cronulla side here at Parramatta Stadium tonight.
Well, Gavin Miller once again back in back play, looking up after he's knocked to the ground from this tackle to see one of his players, one of the players that he set up, score another try. What a great game from Gavin Miller. He's been criticised at times for not being able to do the ball distribution in the top matches. Well, he's had a field day today. He's looked like Artie Beetson and Steve Rhodes combined. Jonathan Docking has fed off the passes all day. John Davidson in good support. Brisbane have got no answer, and Cronulla have totally dominated the match. Deserving winners, and they've done it in fine style.
If he strikes it well enough, and he's done just that. So he's now landed 7 from 9. And the Cronulla Sharks have scored 6 tries to 2. That, in anyone's language, Billy, is a comprehensive hiding.
Oh, yes, the way they've gone about it has been top class too. A great effort, and, gee, what about Gavin Miller? I think it's one of the best we've seen for a while, David.
Outstanding by Gavin Miller. He really showed the way for his side. Brisbane's defensive pattern had no answer to the man standing in tackles, running the angles. They had no answer for this man either. Jonathan Docking, he was fed up some beautiful ball. He really played well, Jonathan Docking. Really a great all-round performance by Cronulla. Their confidence will be high for this Saturday. And beware the Raiders, because Cronulla have shown they're capable of some good football. One of the best games I've seen from Andrew Eddinghausen. His defence was superb.
Fantastic performance by the Sharks. They go into next Saturday's semi-final against Canberra, running out winners by 38 points to 14.